Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cafe Entree Report. I am your host, Cafe Entree, where we take film, food news, and collide it together to make interesting conversations. Now, before we get started, I want you guys to do me a small cookie crumb favor, which is watch, like, and subscribe to the channel because what this does is that it helps me to help you, and in the end, we all benefit. And tell your friends about it as well. If you're a big movie lover, if you're a big food fan, Cafe Entree Report is the place you need to be. So let's get into it. Rush Hour 4. A while ago, there was some talks about Rush Hour 4. Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan were saying that they was in talks to do Rush Hour 4, but we never heard anything else about it. Well, now, the way it's looking at, it's going to get made. And the reason for that is because of Donald Trump. Now, I know some people wondering, what does Donald Trump have to do with Rush Hour 4 and how is he able to get this, to make this happen? Well, if you remember, all three Rush Hour films was directed by Bret Ratner. But Bret Ratner was accused of misconduct, which pretty much got him blacklisted out of Hollywood, and we hadn't seen and heard from him since. Well, he did a biofilm about Trump's wife Melania, and I'm pretty sure within that time frame they became good friends. And somewhere in that conversation, Brett Ratner Rush Hour came up, and he probably told Trump like, "Hey, I would love to do Rush Hour 4. I talked to Chris and Jackie, you know, they want to be a part of it, but I can't do anything because I'm on the list." And Trump was like, "Oh, okay, hey, Brett, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I can make some calls and make it happen." Now, this is not me saying this is what happened. This is just me speculating. This is just me. This is just my opinion. Because I don't want people to think like, well, you said this. No, I did not say that. This is just my opinion. So he made a call in to Paramount. Now, Paramount was bought by Skydance, which is owned by the Ellisons. But we all know that the Ellisons and Trump are very close friends as well. So now when you put two and two together, the result is that Rush Hour is going to get made. Now, the question is that some people are saying like, all right, that with Trump being involved with this, is this going to hurt Rush Hour? Is it going to hurt the film? Is it going to hurt the box office for the film? I don't think so. I think that Rush Hour is going to be I think with Trump getting involved with it, that he's going to help give it a big boost. Because we know whenever he does something, he likes to talk about it. He likes to say, hey, I did this because, hey, they did this guy wrong, blah, 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 blah. And we do have a lot of Trump supporters out there. But I don't think this is going to hurt the film. I don't think it's going to hurt with Bret Ratner directing the film either, because you have some people who might try to say, oh, well, Bret Ratner was accused of this and blah, 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 and I don't want to see it. That's fine. But you still have a huge Rush Hour fan base who is going to go see this movie, who's going to support this movie. So I would not be surprised if this movie be a box office hit. And not only that, because it's been a while since we seen these two on the screen together. So with them reuniting back together to do this film, I don't see that any way how that this film is going to be hurt by Trump or Brett Ratner. I just don't see it. I just don't see it at all, especially when they drop that first trailer. People are definitely going to flood the theaters to go see this. But like I always say, you have the right stars, but you gotta have the right script. And I just don't see them putting together a terrible script for Rush Hour because all three of the Rush Hour films were good and they were big, huge hits. So I don't see them just saying, okay, let's just throw something together just to put it out there because people want to see it. No, I don't see that happen. So we just have to stay tuned and see how this is going to pan out. But I think this is going to be I think it's going to be a blockbuster hit. And this is not me saying that I'm a Trump fan, but you know, I am happy that he's telling them like, hey, put the green light in and get the movie made. Now, some people may say, oh, he may have some hidden agendas. He's doing this, he's doing that. Okay. But at the end of the day, the movie's going to get made. And that's what a lot of people care about. So we just have to deal with it. But you all let me know y'all thoughts about this, about Rush Hour 4 being made. Trump putting the word in and say he wants this done. Do you think this is going to help the film, help it become a big box office draw? Do you think it's going to hurt it? Let me know y'all thoughts. Let's have this conversation. Moving on to The Exorcist. Now, we all know what happened with The Exorcist. We all know how Blumhouse got the rights to do the Exorcist movie. And I'm just gonna say it. The movie was trash. It was whack. It was terrible. And a lot of people who are Exorcist fans like myself was really pissed off about it. But let's just be honest. I finding out that Blumhouse had got the rights to do the Exorcist movie. I did not go in there expecting like a really great film from Blumhouse because that's what Blumhouse do. They'll have one or two good movies and then they'll put like about 5 or 6 flops out there. So a lot of people was not happy with the Exorcist movie that they did. A lot of people was pissed off about it. Well, now they're working on the second film because part of the deal that they made was that they had to do 3 movies plus a TV show. And David Gordon Green had wrote and directed the first one. That didn't do so well, so he's not a part of the second one. So Blumhouse was like, hey, we spent a lot of money on this franchise to try to get the rights to make this stuff happen, and we can't afford to have another flop. So we at least got to get something going, at least get half our money back. So they decided to bring in Scarlett Johansson to be in the second one. Now, this raises some eyebrows because some people are going, why is Scarlett Johansson going to do the Exorcist film? Because they feel like, she, from the stuff that she's done, that this shouldn't be something that she should be doing. She should be doing something else, like Jurassic Park or some other stuff, So why is she doing this? Now, maybe Blumhouse probably pitched her the idea and pitched her the script, what it's going to detail, and she probably took a look at it and said, oh, okay, yeah, I'll be a part of it. Or is this Blumhouse way trying to sell the movie? Because remember when they did the first one, they brought back Linda Blair and her mother from the first one to boost the hype up to have people go see it. But unfortunately, that didn't do so well. So now the question is this: with this one in play, is Scarlett Johansson going to be able to pull audience in to go see this movie? We don't know. But as I said before, and I'm gonna say again, the story has to be on point. It's got to be on point. And Blumhouse, because of that first one was such a flop, they got to bounce back with something better. They got to. So I'm hoping that maybe they could get something going, make something happen with this franchise, with their whatever they're doing, because they need it bad. Scarlett Johansson. Hmm. Um, it's kind of like that. It's those things that make you go because it's like what made her want to attach herself to this project. Like I said, was it the story? Was it the money? We don't know. But it was something there that made her say, "Yeah, I'll be a part of this." So we just have to sit back and wait to see how this is going to go and see who else is going to, because they haven't announced anybody else is going to be involved with it. But once they start to release more information and then see what that trailer looks like, then that will determine how this is going to turn out. But I'm not being negative, I'm not being bogus, but I'm just not really too sold on this. I'm just not. Now, maybe the movie will come out and prove a lot of people wrong. Maybe. But we just have to sit back and see. So I want you guys' thoughts and comments about this so we can have this conversation, because I definitely want to hear what you guys think about this. And do you think that this is a waste of time for her to do this, that she should be doing something else, and Blumhouse need to just give it up and stop doing remakes and reboots? Now, I am going to say this. In my opinion, I think that Blumhouse needs to walk away from doing remakes and reboots, because this is what's really hurt their production company, because they keep doing all these reboots and remakes and they just haven't gone anywhere. When Blumhouse first came out, they came out with a lot of original material that drew people in, that developed that fan base, that developed that following for them. But now we don't really get so much as any original material from them anymore. Now it's just reboots, remakes, reboots, remakes. And once you start going that route, more of the commercial route, it hurt their company. So now when you hear about Blumhouse dropping something, it's just kind of like, okay, we'll see. But I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed on this, that they do something good with it this time. But I'm just not sold on his, and a lot of people are not sold on it. So we just gonna have to see. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Cafe Entree Report. Always appreciate it. Like I said, watch, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.